Hello everyone and welcome to this lecture on Linux commands. Now before diving into the concepts of Docker and Kubernetes, it is very important that we know some basic Linux commands that we will be using throughout the course. So the first command is ls command that gives the list of information about the files and the directory in the current directory. ls-ltr gives a little bit more information about that. Now let's create a directory using mkdir. Let's switch to that directory using cd command. Let's create a file in the directory using touch command. Now you can see the file is created, and if you want to add the contents to the file, use vi command. Press I to get in the insert mode. In order to save the file, press escape:wq exclamation mark. Press enter. In order to view the contents of the file, use cat command, and you can see the output is printed on the console. Clear to clear the screen. cp command to copy the file and double dot to the previous directory. Let's switch to the previous directory to ls, and we can see Civo test is already there. Next is, let's go back into the Civo directory, do ls-ltr, and now you can see there is some read write permission over here. Now in order to change the permission of a file, there is a command called chmod 400 which represents only the read only mode. ls-ltr, and it has changed to read only mode. Now there are other modes which we will not discuss in detail, but the two most important ones are read only one, which is 400, and the executable one. Now for the executable one, first let's have the executable downloaded. So in order to transfer the data from and to a server, we use curl command. So this is the curl command to get kubectl binary downloaded to our system. You can see that kubectl is downloaded, but it's not executable. Now we'll run this command chmod plus x to make it executable, and we can see it is in executable format. Now we can run it and it's running. Let's clear the screen. We also have a tar file over here. Now in order to extract this, we use a command called tar, which is the archive utility. With the few of the options, and you can see the directory has been extracted. In order to view the environment variables, there is a command called env. You can see all the environment variables that are already set. In order to set a new environment variable, you can use demo is equal to training, and we have to write an export keyword for that. And now let's do env again, and we can see demo is equal to training has appeared in the environment variables. In order to use that, we can use directly echo demo. Now du is a disk utility command which gives you information about the disk occupied by the files and the directories, but it's not in human readable format. So we can use du-h, so we get proper human readable format. And if you want a complete summary, we can have du-sh, it gives us the summary. Now ping is a network connectivity tool. We'll use ping www.google.com, so it start pinging the Google servers. If you want to only send one packet, then -c1, that's it. If you want to see the statistics and monitor the network connections, then there's a command called netstat. You can see all the connections. If you only want to see TCP connections, then netstat -at -au for the UDP ones. Now NSLOOKUP command is the name server lookup, which gives the DNS records, the A record. NSLOOKUP .google.com. So it gives the name and the address, the A records. PS is the process status command, and we list by ps-ef for all the PA process ID, etc. so that if we want to kill anything, we can kill with the process ID. So I have a file, demo file, which has some contents in it. Now let's do a tail on that. So if we do a tail demo, so it prints out the last 10 lines of that particular file. If we want to print only a few number of lines, we can do -n, maybe 5. Since there is a space, so it might look like 4, but it is 5 because there is a space included as well. Now Systemctl command is used to control the services, start, stop, look at the status. So I have already Docker downloaded, but let's start it using Systemctl. Systemctl. First, let's look the status. So it's inactive. Now let's start it. Systemctl start Docker. Let's see the status again, and we can see it is running. So in this way, we can play with the status of the services. Next is Journalctl. It's basically to view the systemd logs. Journalctl, you can see the systemd logs. It's sometimes useful to see the kubelet logs and for debugging purposes. Top command is used to see the memory and the CPU utilization of the system. And there are other commands like htop, which gives a much cleaner view, but it gives the same information in a cleaner picture. So that's it for this lecture. See you in the next one.